It is a Monday, and that means it's time for Begnaud's America, where CBS News contributor David Begnaud finds the heart in each and every story. And today, an exclusive. David Begnaud sits down with Gus Walz, the son of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who, of course, stole the spotlight during last year's Democratic National Convention. The emotional moment went viral, and now, for the first time, Gus is ready to talk about that night and speak openly about a learning difference that is often misunderstood.
It lasted 30 seconds, but captured the hearts of millions.
It's the honor of my life to accept your nomination for Vice President of the United States.
As Minnesota Governor Tim Walz addressed the nation from the Democratic National Convention last year.
Hope, Gus, and Gwen, you are my entire world, and I love you.
His words reached the nation, but it was his son Gus who touched us all. Feeling the intensity of that moment, we all saw him say, "That's my dad." You could see it simply as a son bursting with pride. But what came next made it more than that. Some people saw the raw emotion and responded with compassion. Others, cruelty. Then came clarity. The family shared something personal. 18-year-old Gus has a nonverbal learning disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and an anxiety disorder. Conditions that millions of people live with, but are often misunderstood. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Now, from his home, the governor's mansion in St. Paul, Minnesota, Gus is ready to speak for himself.
I'm excited to show people who I am and just kind of what I do and what I've done and just about me.
What do you remember?
It was crazy. And I'm like looking at my mom and I'm like, you know, that's my dad. He's right there. He's right in front of all of America, all these people chanting our last name. It was super overwhelming because to me, he's just regular old dad, you know, just normal dad, golfs with me, make food, clean the cars, everything like that. And in that moment, it was something bigger. It was just surreal.
There were some people who were mean about it. What do you remember about that?
I just kind of ignored it, I guess, was the only way to put it. I just continued to do what I do. I just blocked it out because I was just being emotional. Like, there's nothing wrong with showing emotions. And if people are going to say there's something wrong with that, then those are not the people that I want to be associated with.
Amen.
So kind of just blocked that out.
Gus's mom, Gwen Walz, Minnesota's first lady and a former teacher, gave us examples of how nonverbal learning disorder affects people like Gus.
Maybe reading facial cues or understanding vocal tone or understanding gestures. But everything that is not spoken is part of that nonverbal learning disorder. And sometimes people think that it's that you can't speak.
I thought that's what it meant.
Yeah,
I
know.
oh, he doesn't speak.
Yeah, no,
So when you said, oh, he talks plenty, I was like, oh, well, we got that wrong.
yeah. He talks all the time.
Benny? Good morning. I think some people think like I'm a little slow and like I'm not like a normal kid. And I think that I'm like one of the most normal people that you could find.
Gus was diagnosed in the 6th grade.
Routine really helps me, you know, consistency. So I think my mom and me were like, all right, let's go try and figure some stuff out. And that's really kind of what started us getting super, super close.
His mom is his biggest cheerleader. You will find her at every volleyball game Gus plays, where he's the team setter. The governor attends when he can. Volleyball was Gus's choice, a surprise in this well-known football family. As the first son of Minnesota, Gus helped to spotlight boys volleyball in a state where it wasn't even an official high school league sport until just this year.
It blew me away when he said, I'm going to become good at volleyball, and he did it. We've become a volleyball family because Gus just decided he was going to become good at it. Pretty amazing. I appreciate this about Gus. He recognizes the situation he's in. He wants to earn things on his own.
In a world where we tell kids to stand out, I get the sense that in a good way, Gus wants to just fit in.
Wants to blend in.
That's exactly right.
Central 2! 1, 2, Central!
Have you ever done an interview?
No.
You've never done an interview. What do you want America to know about Gus Walz?
That I am a normal kid who likes to play volleyball, loves his family, loves his friends, and likes to help people out.
Good to see you. Morning. How you doing? Good.
Do you find that who you are and what makes you unique actually helps you
Oh,
or
yeah,
works in
there's-
your favor.
There's definitely some big strengths. And some of those, like, I'm really good at making relationships with people. One of the things that I'm not as good at is picking up on, like, nonverbal cues. Like when somebody, says, like, they're done or they're ready to be done. Sometimes I can't tell if they're being serious or not.
Give me an example.
Like a volleyball ref. Sometimes I'll do something wrong and they'll go up and they'll be like, hey, you got to knock that off. But I'm like, oh, they're just like, messing. And then I'll go back and I'll do it again and, get in a little bit more trouble. So what I've learned is a strength for me is to make that relationship before the game. So like I'll go up and greet the ref before the game and be like, hey, like this is me. Like sometimes I just wanted to like get to know him. How you doing?
Gus and his mom practice reading people's social cues in public.
Like if they're looking away, not making a lot of eye contact, like maybe they're ready to be done with the conversation.
Yep.
Just stuff like that. A lot of just practice, some therapy, stuff like that.
All right, Gus, I got the back here too. I'm going to do the outside on the detail while you do that. It takes an incredible amount of strength. I think about this because look, Gwen and I were concerned at some point, and we're just so happy for him. He's got an undefeated volleyball team. He's, central to that team. He's helped build that around here in a way that's, it's impressive.
Which suit is it that you're going to wear?
And about that bond with his
And
mom,
you want
Your mom. She your best friend?
Yeah, most definitely. Just whatever I need, my mom's there. And she's the most important person in my life.
What do you want to do with your life?
Help people.
So what's next for Gus Walz?
There you go.
Graduating high school.
All right. What do you think?
I think they're fine. You think it will go good with the purple?
But before that, he had a surprise he was planning.
So I hear that tonight there may be some plans in addition to volleyball.
There's a promposal going on after.
Okay, please, give me the lowdown.
All right, I've been talking to this girl.
Okay,
Her name's Eleanor.
Okay.
Really nice girl.
okay,
And gonna ask her to prom.
okay. And what do we think she might say?
I hope it's a yes.
Will you go to prom with me? Let's go!
Congrats for coming down.
David, I loved everything about that story,
That was
including
great.
the promposal. He said, you were talking about standing out. He stands out in the best of ways, but he also fits in. He's so mature and so poised. What a great introduction.
I thought America needed to know it, Gayle. I had met his mother, and she was telling me all about him and bragging on him and how he does. And I thought, wait a minute, America needs to know this. I so got it wrong when I saw him on television making that remark, and I just was completely wrong. And I thought, well, if I was wrong, a few people might have been as well. So we should tell this story and let him speak for himself.
Yeah.
David, do you think America also needs to know that it's okay for a young boy to show emotions, or a young man, or men in general to show emotions?
100%, brother. And it has nothing to do with having a nonverbal learning disorder. Doing that and being comfortable to do it is a very alpha masculine thing.
Boy, you and
Well
Gus
said, my
educated
brother.
a lot of people today, David. A lot of people.
Do you know how prom
Thinking
went,
differently.
David?
Well, it's this weekend, Tony. It's this
Okay.
weekend. So, Gus, good luck. And Gus, thank you for trusting us to be your first interview and opening up. I think you're going to change a lot of hearts around America and help make a lot of people feel seen.
Well, you repaid that trust, David. Really nicely done. Thank you very much. Folks at home, if you've got a story for David, you can reach him and his team at deardavid@cbsnews.com or contact him directly on social media.